You're stressed, you're anxious about something, and you tell somebody, a friend, a relative, whatever, and they look at you and they say, well, that's your fault. You instantly get upset, get defensive, but what if they're right? Hey everyone, Dr. Jones here with another one of your weekly messages. And this week, I just want to touch on the idea of stress, anxiety, and how we often, if not always, do it to ourselves. Now, without getting too defensive or upset that I'm telling you that, just listen to something that Marcus Aurelius once wrote when he was talking about anxiety. He said, I escaped anxiety today. But then he quickly corrected it and wrote down, no, I didn't escape it. I discarded it because it's within me. Look, how often do we get stressed or anxious about something, and it's because of the way we're perceiving the thing or thinking about it? You see, there are issues that come up in life that are stress-inducing or that give us anxiety, but instead of us sitting there saying, I'm so stressed about this, or I'm so anxious about this, we need to find a different way to approach it, because guess what? When you tell yourself you're stressed and continually tell yourself that, or you tell yourself you're anxious and continually tell yourself that, guess what? You're right. You make yourself stressed or anxious. So what do I mean? For example, so say you have some relationships with friends or you have an event coming up that you're very stressed about, and you continue to tell yourself, oh, my relationship with so-and-so, it just isn't going well. It stresses me out. They stress me out. All these things they do, it just gives me so much stress. Well, you're saying that over and over again, you believe it. And you believe the idea that you're being stressed out by them. When in actuality, it's you convincing yourself. So if you instead addressed those behaviors, addressed those things they were doing that gave you stress, well, then you wouldn't have any stress. Or if you just dismissed what they did and didn't think about it so much, you wouldn't be so stressed. Take something like public speaking that gives people anxiety, or that's what they say, because they sit there and think about all the things that are going to make them anxious. Oh, I'm going to be so embarrassed. Everybody's looking at me. My voice shakes when I talk. I turn red. My palms get sweaty. Oh, it's because I'm so anxious. I'm so anxious about talking in front of people. You're anxious because you're making yourself anxious by continually revisiting these things and telling yourself you're anxious, where instead, maybe pick some strategies that will help you overcome that. Maybe practice before the event so that you feel more and more comfortable, and then you are, weirdly enough, not anxious when you go to do the event. That's not because the event has changed, it's because you've changed. The thing that you have with your friend or your acquaintance that makes you feel stressed, it's not that your friend changes, because we can't change that, it's that you've changed. So look, why do I say this? Because I've talked plenty about setting goals and getting to where we want to be and setting expectations for ourselves and reaching them. So do that with this. Stop the negative talk about I'm stressed or I'm anxious. Identify what's making us say that, change your language, set a goal, achieve it, and then you'll notice, oddly enough, that there's much less stress, if any, much less anxiety, if any. It's how we talk to ourselves and how we set ourselves up for failure or success. Hopefully, it's the latter. Look, thanks for taking the time. I never take it for granted. And as always, be purposeful, act with integrity, and continue to build your character. Have a great week.